Blog Talk Radio.
Check out the full episode of this on MENTELLECT Patreon.
So, we're talking back, we're picking up where we left off at concerning the Space Force. That is a very odd name to refer to your exploration force, that your exploration agency as, because it was originally supposed to be a space agency for exploration. NASA was supposed to be a space exploration, agency for space exploration. That's what NASA was. So how did it go from a space exploration agency? How did it go from a space exploration agency to a space force? You only use terms like force when you anticipate some sort of force. Like when you anticipate some sort of fight, that's when you use terms like force. All right. So, tonight's topic is, why does the U.S. government have a military space force? Again, force is implied when you plan on having to use violence in some way, like you have law enforcement. In other words, if the citizens don't follow the law, then force is going to be used against you if you don't follow the law, right? So, and then, when they started the Air Force, the government started the Air Force, ask yourself a question. How do you enforce air? How do you enforce air? I always say the Air Force was the first step to them getting to NASA and the Space Force. Because as soon, you see they was, pushing their authority on the land and the air as an Air Force, and in the water. What do you have on the land? You have the Army on the, you have the Army on the land. You have the Marines on the water, right? And you have the Air Force in the air, right? So you have those three military agencies to cover land, air, and water. Now you have a Space Force. So what are they covering? What is the enforcement? What are you trying to establish in space? That's the question.
For the complete broadcast, you're going to have to go to MENTELLECT Patreon. Go to MENTELLECT Patreon for this complete broadcast, because it will not, I guarantee you, it will not be on YouTube. Subscribe to MENTELLECT Patreon and join the American Republic.
Subscribe to Ethnic American Channel. Subscribe to MENTELLECT Patreon, and subscribe to the new women's channel, MENTELLECT Presents, the women's channel on Patreon.
And subscribe to High and Mighty Talks on YouTube with NUBEN MENKARAYZZ.